Does it seem to last?
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
And then it does, yeah, for a while, and then depends what stuff I do.
Uh-huh.
What doesn't
Or-
last is that euphoric feeling you have. When you get
What?
euphoric. When you get
Euphoric.
off my
Right.
table, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this feels so good. No
'Cause
offense, you drive a car, you go to Walmart. You can't go around Walmart. I mean, life is not about being, oh, I'm integrated. I just had a movement lesson. You know, I can't go buy butter and cream cheese. You know, no, we have to function. So the ease of movement will last and stay,
Yeah.
not necessarily that high.
But doesn't, I mean, is it a little bit of that you just, now it's like, oh, this is my new normal?
Right.
And
The
then you're
brain's a
just like-
parasite. Wants to do what's easiest. So now here I'm doing a little bit different. Now I'm backing away, but I'm just tilting that pelvis, finding out where your balance is. And then I'm bringing it back. Now I'm not going forward and backwards. You see the difference?
Yeah.
When I go forward and backwards, see how top heavy he is.
Yeah.
Everything with me is a rotation. Rotating the hips, see, look at that. See how the head settles? And I rotate the hips back.
Yeah.
So see, I bring the function here versus momentum here.
Yeah.
Now, again, if I'm working with Ken and he's playing and tossing his head around, that's where it's hard for me to just sit here and go, and that's what I'm going to do now. Put my head here, and that's what I'm concentrating on. So see how I'm stabilizing the upper back, and this is what's important with pica. So do you feel the difference when I stabilize the upper back so I can allow the movement here to happen? Sorry, I said pica pica. So I'm looking for places to move his back where it bends around the pelvis. See right here? See, it's off. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
So here, see, nice and round. All I'm doing is going up not even an inch on the sternum, and see? So now I just stop and just see if I can teach him. There we go. Now again, I'm not just forcing him back up, going back to the pelvis. See how I'm sort of picking you up with your sternum as I rotate with the hips. So I'll make you feel the difference. So see if I don't hold the chest and I come back here. See how now you're worried about how far you're going to go.
Yeah.
Okay, we're here. I protect your system. So you're not worried about, let's say, the fall, even though I know you're not going to fall, but if the body worries about it. So now that I have this, I'm going to try and twist the spine. So same thing, my hands are here, right in the middle of the sternum. I've got all around the solar plexus. And now I'm going to rotate, twist, and bend the back. There we go, over to the right pelvis. And twist, now, see I went too fast. See how it's stuck there?
Yeah.
So go back, twist, get it more efficient first. And then I'm going to come around again. You're still not sure. There you go, there you go. But see how you can bend your back while only presenting on this leg.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You don't need to be square to twist here. That's just a different movement. Feel the difference coming over to the right pelvis?
Yeah. On the way shift to the right.
Right. And that's just picking something off the ground, just like I did with Frank. See how your arm could come down? See, you'd be leaning on this side.
Yeah.
If you were here, now go to your ankle. See the difference? You're stuck versus being able to shift your weight.
Okay.
But this is the hardest problem with CP, is they don't learn how to have just good sitting.
Okay.
So their real estate or their thought of their bum is so narrow that they don't know how to get where they're seated securely. Pika still wants to sit more like this.
And she usually like this.
Right. So you've learned you bring her into the chest and then you hold her like this. What I'm trying to show you is if you do the same kind of hand positions and you literally could just be working on her at the same time.
But I just ignore her head, right?
Right.
Because she always like that
Right.
when I touch on her.
But see how you can be sitting with her
Okay.
and just working, elongating. But see, the more the back can bend, see how your head comes more forward?
Okay.
But she can't experience this if her head's back here.
When,
That's when she's more where the back is arched, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not.
wow. Yeah, when, can you give me some feedback if I'm even on the right track here? Like when I do this, it kind of feels good and comfortable to have my head back, but when I do this, it's like it doesn't work anymore.
Well, you should be able to separate your head from your spine.
Well, okay.
I'll show you that, but that's a,
But
that's a.
I mean, like, it,
But if
okay,
you're
once you
holding,
come-
but if you're holding your head back, that's a whole different
okay,
conversation.
okay.
So now this side, I've got my head up here versus back here.
Uh,
Feel the difference?
yeah.
However, if I was just back here like this, feel the difference?
So.
See how your pelvis kind of falls? And then to get you back, see how it's much more difficult to work? See? It's not as smooth, but if I come here like this, see how the difference? See how you don't have to worry about that? And I can come around and do much softer
Okay.
movements. But feel the difference now from the left side to the right.
The left is more light.
But also, feel this. See?
Twisting the leg.
But your leg is CP here. Feel that?
Yeah.
Whereas here, feel the difference? See how you can transfer now. I wanted you to go to all fours. The difference of coming up to all fours, right? Versus here. You see how
Yeah, I guess
already the
that with the
moment?
hip.
Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying though, you don't see this in the kids. We don't see how, well, it's just easy, just go on all fours. But if they catch their breath because it hurts or it's difficult, the learning's over for them.
Yeah.
And I could feel here, I felt asbestos in his abdomen, so I'm just waiting for him to not fight me so much, or whatever language you want to use. I don't say fight me, it's more so that he just doesn't know what I want from him, so his body got defensive. Right there. So just trying to bend his spine over my leg. And this is where the lesson always turns into their lesson. That's it. See how the chest can get long as your spine bends. And that's probably where your back was bothering you after the ride and everything too. Does that feel okay, by the way?
Yeah.
Right there, right there. Feel it? Do you feel it stop that vertebrae? Does that make sense when I say feel it?
Yeah.
See how it catches? Here, let me go back to where it was smooth, right here. Feel the difference. See how smooth that is?
Yeah. The weight is transferred slowly
Right.
to the hand.
So if I come right here, feel the difference.
I guess stuck with the
See
leg.
how it's going? So I'm just here. It's okay, it's okay. So I'm gonna go back this way to the hand. Feel the difference?
Yeah.
See how I looked for another option. So back here, he can go to the elbow. And over here, he can now go to the elbow. So now I'm gonna go back here, slowly, and just see, see how that's much better.
Yes.
But I could have spent 50 times doing it the one way. I trick his brain and go here and do it. But now the difference of that hip. Do you feel the difference now coming over? Does that hip still hurt? Remember you just did this, you said the hip hurt, does that still hurt?
No more.
Okay. But feel the difference now in the rotation here in the back? Oh, there, that was free. He adjusted.
I was just at this 3-day horse body process clinic.
Now feel,
Sorry.
that's walking. See that? See? And I can bring you back. But see how I can just toss him? Sorry. And his body just was like, hey, whatever you want me to do, lady. But that's where you see the kids and they start going, yeah, you know, because it's just, it feels good.
Yes.
So now walk around and feel that.
More like the on my two leg.
Ah.
No more heavy.
But now reach down for the left and feel that, you know, just, yeah, see?
This side.
Yeah. But that's where I'd have to work with that back still a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Rich. So call this called extension, right?
Yeah.
More extension.
Yeah.
This side
But,
you can.
but we still see extension, but what it is lack of rotation through the spine.
Okay.
See how the spine's to there, everything
Okay.
rotates?
It's rotate to
Right.
reach the floor. This side.
See? See the back stops right there? It's actually more right here.
Okay.
Feel it?
Catch
And
it.
see there?
Yeah.
It's a continuous move.
Got it.
You make the rotation more efficient in an adult, all the other movements become
So
efficient.
just one more question.
Sure.
For Pika, even we put her on my chest,
Right?
but her head still like that and
Right.
very strong.
Right.
So if we cannot fit the head, whether we can work with the chest.
Oh.
I feel that the force is very strong when she put me back.
Yeah, but to give up on that is futile. I would still, even though it's strong, and if you
So
want, I'll
we
do
need
more
to-
today, is still just wait for that body to give in, to realize that it's okay.
Okay.
That's the one big mistake that I see with CP. It might take a couple of lessons, or it might take just 20 minutes. And Ken's seen it a lot with his body. And I've seen it with Pika too, because when the excitement's there, that's my whole argument. When the excitement's there, that's when you really see the CP. I'm excited. So I'm with my daddy. That's her happiest moment, when she's in your arms. But because she's happy, she's also terribly into CP. But you need her to go from happy almost to like content. And just wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, so she just settles into your arms. And then that's when you give her the lesson. So she learns she can be in your arms with the head more available and the body more available than just, but that's where giving up or trying to say, okay, I won't work on you in this position. It's just like giving a kid a toy. If they don't get it, oh, you don't get, you don't get another toy because you're not. And that's where I got really upset. There was a practitioner working with one of my kids. Not that I care about that, because if I could save you from traveling gear, I'd do it. But he's nonverbal. He's got a chromosome deletion. He's had open heart surgery. You know what I mean? Like, he's got a couple of things on his plate. And she's like, oh, bus, you have to say bus, or at least buh, to get the bus. And he didn't say it. He just went, oh, sorry, no bus. And he freaked out. And then she's like, lesson over, because he can't. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I want to go smack her. I shouldn't say that. I'm on tape. I'll edit that out. But I mean, well, someone did it to my kid. One practitioner at an up and yells, held my son upside down. Because she wanted him to say no, yes, because he goes, he's just messing with you. He can really talk. Oh, really? So he's going to talk for you and not for me. Now, don't get me wrong. I go to therapists for a reason. I went to ABM for a reason. But he was literally hanging him upside down. Now, my son aspirates. had eosinophilic esophagitis at the time, all this other stuff, and you've got my kid upside down, and he's supposed to have a conversation. And I'm going, where's this slow movement with attention kind of stuff? He never, he didn't work on my kid for the longest time, and certainly not in that condition. And that's when people go, well, that's what a knot does. First of all, you're not a knot. Just like you're not me. I'll teach you, but you'll never be me. It's not a brag or whatever, it's just an observation, nor will I ever be you. So, no, I mean, we're all different for a reason. But you can't tell me under that condition she would have, I don't believe, held my kid upside down expecting him to have language. So, anyway. But don't get me wrong, I'm not getting Parent of the Year. My kids have plenty of therapy, or moments for therapy when they're 21. So now